Well, speaking of done, with that, the drive-thru is closed.
Danger, Will Robinson.
You know, I've been DVRing. It's on MeTV every Saturday night. I never get a chance to watch it, but I've been DVRing it. They air all the old Lost in Spaces. It's great.
Well, I would be DVRing that, except I can't believe that you are not like me and have all 3 seasons box set on DVD.
I have season 1 on DVD. I don't have season 2 or 3.
Well, you got to get season 3 because then that's the only place you're going to see the Great Carrot Rebellion.
See, season 1's weird because Dr. Zachary Smith, Jonathan Harris, I believe.
He's a thinly disguised Russian agent that tried to sabotage the entire mission and kill the entire Robinson family in the first episode. And
he's a hardcore heel, and then he just becomes like the friendly gay doctor by the end of it.
Well, because they figured out, and so here's the thing about it. The first season was the best, obviously, because once again, also it was in black and white. Because with the budget that they had, and by the way, do you know who does the Lost in Space theme music, which was both, all 3 seasons were incredible classics? John Williams.
No shit. I did not know that. Wow.
Johnny Williams back in those days. Yeah. Johnny Williams. But John Williams did the music. It was an Irwin Allen production, especially they went to a lot of – same thing with Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, Land of the Giants, some of the other programs that they did. He would spend a lot of money in the first episode. So you'd see the command center that launched the Jupiter 2, or you would see the time tunnel. You would see the whole inner workings of the nuclear submarine, the Seaview on Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. And you'd never see that shit again, but it was so cool you'd keep looking for it, right? But the first season of Lost in Space was in black and white, and it lent itself better to being something that you could buy. And it was a little more dangerous, and it wasn't so tongue-in-cheek. And they're off on a variety of planets in that first season where they're trying to find some place to set down for a while, and the monsters are cool. And plus the chariot was used more in season 1. But Dr. Smith was the evil foreign agent that had tried to sabotage the mission. And then after the first season, especially, he starts to soften up a little bit. But then they realized that the family was just there as window dressing, and the show was Dr. Smith, Will, and the robot.
Yeah. So
starting in season, and especially when they went to color, and the outfits got a little bit more cartoonish. They didn't look necessarily.
See, that's what I love. I love the color shit because that's when you can really appreciate the campiness, and that's when you can appreciate how they put together those outfits, which was basically, what do we have today? Well, I don't know. We have a bunch of fur. There's a bucket of orange paint. There's some celery. Let's make a monster, and that's really what it becomes.
but it was more campy then. But yes, but by the end of it, that's when I think it was Billy Mummy said that that's when we knew it was time to go. The third to last episode was the Great Carrot Rebellion, when the carrot monsters threatened to take over, and they were forced. The castaways were going to be forced to spend a lifetime spraying water on the living human-sized plants that they had to serve, and it was over shortly afterwards. But Lost in Space was a hell of a fucking program.
Do you have a Decades channel?
I do not.
See, that one's really good. CBS does that. And every single day there are these like 1-hour daily documentaries about things that happen on this day in history. And then they have an episode of the Dick Cavett Show every day, an episode of Laugh-In every day. But the big thing is every weekend they do the binge. And they'll take an old show and they'll just air every episode they can. And they've done that with so many amazing shows, like everything from like 77 Sunset Strip to, Angie Dickinson. Just everything. It's great shit.
I'd like to see Angie Dickinson over and over again in succession for a long period of time.
She really was one of the most beautiful women in the history of television.
And also could keep up with the Rat Pack.
Well, I was just reading stories about this. I don't know how the show turned into this, but there's a new book out that, like, apparently Dean and Frank both said she was the greatest lover they ever had.
Well, she looks like she's a spunky young lady. She's a spunky young lady. That's exactly what it is. Well, it's time to go, apparently.